Shalom again, giving all praise to Yahweh, Shema Shai, B'Shem Kodesh, double honors to the elder apostles, rule well, elder bishops, peace and salutation to the elect. That's a lot. Software had closed unexpectedly, so just resuming my lesson, which I was doing on a testimony of that I had just received or experienced, and I had to not quench the spirit. I had to speak on, the testimony. So, I believe I was cut off. I was talking about, how during the time of Jacob trouble, there's going to be famines and such, and you have it where it's even spoken about in 2 Ezra 16 and 24. There shall no man left to till in the earth, and to sow it. And sowing, that deals with husbandry. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? Of course, you got to have workers to be able to actually gather the harvest. Okay? And the grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. And there's going to be much destruction out here, which also is going to affect food being able to get to people. Okay? That's another element. Okay? And let's go down. See any other prophecies I can go and get, but famine is a part of the last days and such. Okay, and it's been not have you ever seen, when this is gonna affect the world. So what I'm gonna do is just go directly into the testimony. Just do the spirit. As I brought out in the lesson before the software cut out, the Lord prophesied about there being famines. Okay, which you read in Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. Famines go back to lemos, which means a scarcity of food. Alright, not that food is no going to be available. It's going to be a scarcity. A lot of times it's going to be hard to get it. But as we went into our mention in our history, who has ever been forsaken? The elect, meaning and even in these times. And I go into I believe a famine that let me see, I'll get this raven. In fact, that one of the men of the Lord, man, let me see if I can find that. This is back in 1 Kings chapter 17. And it says, Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, also Asaki said unto Ahab, as the Lord Yahweh, God or power of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word, which is word is according to the Lord the Most High. And the word of the Yahweh came unto him, saying, Get thee thence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Yarden of Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So during a time here of a drought, and also, if you're sent, to a certain location, it could be in a desert or something. The Lord actually commanded or gave order to an actual beast, a flying beast, which is an Irab or a raven, to feed, what's that, Elijah. Alright, so Ha-I-Rab Yum. So that's ravens in the Hebrew. Ha is the, I-Rab is raven, Yum makes it plural, so the ravens in the Hebrew. Okay? The Lord made a tazawah, which is a commandment, and they would the Lord would have the ravens to give. This is going to go into in verse 6, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. Okay, so my testimony is I was sitting watching some UFC, and it was like pretty much like a UFC embedded vlog series where they pretty much cover in a format that is more like a journaling of what's going on before the fight, of the fighters and such, and those that are involved with the fight camp, etc. They record their travels, etc. I was watching like some of the different athletes or competitors, and seeing some of the Jake, like you got Jorge Masvidal. He, in Babylon system, he's actually doing pretty good for himself. He got a big house in Miami, and he got cars, old schools, and such. I was seeing that the other athletes and such, and views and etc. fed, and I said out loud, man. I said, we eating, or we gonna eat, we eating, and exactly what I heard. Right, proceeding after was either a raven or a crow, which the crow's raven the crow very similar to a raven. It had made that sound or whatever, and I was like, yeah, that's confirmation of this precept, which actually is a promise to us that the Lord got, and the Lord is not a man that he should lie. Isaiah chapter 65 and 13. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. The servants of the Lord, the prophets, the elect, all right, the 1/3, they're gonna eat of the nation of Israel. Okay, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those Israelite foreigners that the Lord had ordained to be chosen, and to be delivered. He actually is going to provide for his servants to eat. All right, but ye shall be hungry. All right, you're gonna have many of our people are gonna starve to death. Okay, I'm gonna be hungry and no have fed. All right, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. I gave you account of how Elijah was sustained, all right, by ravens, and also he had a brook in a specific place, which I had noted. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And it's gonna bring much shame to a reproach to those that didn't believe, and then they see the Lord dealing with us, and they see that we're eating and and being sustained, and we're in a stable mindset. Meanwhile, they are going through such tribulations, such as starvation, and the Lord feeding us, which we will be in the midst of it, but the Lord is going to deal with us. He's of course going to bring us through the temptation. The pressure is going to be on, but the Lord is going to actually answer us. So the water to y'all by Shemel Shai for hearing that raven or crow make that sound, as I had said, we gonna eat, or we eating. And this just gave confirmation through the Spirit, which I don't doubt at all about it, because the Lord, even in the time of so-called drought, the Lord made it a drought in the sense of due to the waters being made bitter, here by a chemical spill here in Philadelphia, which they deemed it was still safe to drink, but it was not. They didn't do the whole toxicology reports and such. It still was that risk, but the Lord still provided me to be able to drink. One, I got my job, which had water there, and two, even in my own house, I have my place of residence, I have a filter, a water filter, that's just in the Spirit. So all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Of course, double honor to the elders, apostles, great millstone, peace and salutation to you, like Shalom.